Deep in the heart of the countryside, where shadows linger longer and the moonlight barely touches the earth, lies Hallow's End. It is an old, forgotten town where people speak in hushed tones when they talk of the haunted pumpkin patch. They say Annabelle Holloway's spirit roams there, ever since she vanished on one fateful Halloween night many years ago. Annabelle was a curious soul, always drawn to the mysteries that Hallow's End held. On that particular Halloween, she ventured into the pumpkin patch, determined to uncover its secrets. She was never seen again, but eerie whispers and ghastly sightings began immediately after her disappearance. Flash forward to the present. A group of teenagers, thrilled by stories of the supernatural, decided to test their courage on Halloween night. They arrived at the edge of the pumpkin patch, each armed with a flashlight and a false sense of bravado. Among them was Claire, skeptical and defiant, who doubted the existence of any ghost. As they walked deeper into the patch, the world around them grew silent. Even the crickets refused to chirp, and an unsettling chill hung in the air. The moonlight cast long, twisted shadows that seemed to follow them. Jake, the bravest of the bunch, suggested they split up to cover more ground, believing it would increase their chances of finding something spooky. Claire, though hesitant, agreed and ventured off on her own path. She stumbled upon an old scarecrow, its straw limbs woven together in a grotesque mockery of a human form. As she turned to leave, she heard a soft whisper, almost like a child's laughter. Shaking it off, Claire pressed on until she reached the heart of the pumpkin patch. There, amidst the sea of orange, stood a lone pumpkin, larger and eerier than the rest. It had an unnerving face carved into it, and its eyes seemed to follow her every move. Gathering her courage, she stepped closer. Suddenly, the ground beneath her feet gave way, and she found herself falling into a hidden cavern beneath the patch. The air grew colder, and the walls seemed to pulse with an unearthly light. In the distance, Claire could hear the faint sound of music, a haunting lullaby. Her flashlight flickered, and the beam fell on a figure standing near the cavern's end. It was Annabelle, or what was left of her. Her eyes were hollow, and her mouth formed a silent scream. Claire froze in terror as Annabelle's ghostly hand reached out toward her. With an inhuman speed, Annabelle's apparition was now inches from Claire's face, whispering words that chilled her soul. "Join me," Annabelle beckoned, her voice a hollow echo. Just then, Claire's friends, having realized she was missing, found the entrance to the cavern. They called out for her, their voices breaking the spell. The apparition faded, leaving Claire in a heap on the ground, sobbing. They pulled her out, and as they fled the pumpkin patch, they could still hear Annabelle's whisper behind them. "I'll be waiting." From that day on, Claire was never the same. She left Hallow's End and never spoke of that night. The haunted pumpkin patch, however, remains, and locals swear they can still hear the whispers on Halloween night, warning all who dare to venture in. Beware, for Annabelle is waiting.